Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to talk about function overloading in C++ programming. Function overloading is an example of polymorphism, and the function overloading allows us to have more than one function with the same name in our program. Like an example, here we have the multiple functions with the same name. Now there are some rules we need to follow to have function overloading in our program. To have function overloading, the function should differ by either the number of parameter. Like an example, the first add function is having one parameter. Now we can overload the add function by changing the number of parameters. So you can see the second version of the overloaded add function is having two number of parameter. So we can change the number of parameter and we can overload the function in our program. Secondly, we can change the type of parameter to overload a function in our program. Like an example, the second version of add function is taking two integer type parameters. Now we can overload the function by changing the type of parameter. So the third version of the add function is taking integer and float parameters. So we are clearly changing the type of parameter to overload the add function. And also thirdly, we can change the sequence of type of parameter to overload a function in the program. Like an example, the third version of add function is taking integer and float type parameter. Now we have changed the sequence of the parameter to float and integer, and this way we can overload one function in our program. So these are the rules we need to follow to have function overloading in our program. Either we can change the number of parameter of our function, or we can change the type of parameter of our function, or we can change the sequence of type of parameter to have function overloading in our program. Like in this example program, we have multiple functions overloaded in the program, where the first one is taking one parameter and the second one is taking two number of parameter, and the third version of the function is taking three number of parameter. So clearly we are changing the number of parameter of our function to overload the function in the program. Now from inside the main method, whenever we call the add function and we pass just one parameter, then the function call will invoke the first version of the add function where it is taking one number of parameter. Now whenever we call the add function and we pass two number of parameter, then the add function will invoke the second version of overloaded add function where it is taking two number of parameters. Similarly, also we can call the add function and we can pass three number of parameter, and this way whenever we pass three number of parameter, then the add function will invoke the third version of overloaded function where it is taking three number of parameter. So the first version of the overloaded add function will add 1 to the parameter, so the result will be 2, and the second version of overloaded add function will add both of the parameters, so the result will be 3, and the third version of the overloaded add function will add all the three parameters, so the result will be 6. So now I'm gonna save and I'm gonna run the program, and you can see the output. The first one is having the output 2, the second one is having 3, and the third one is having 6. So this is the way we can have multiple functions with the same name overloaded in our program. So the main advantages of using function overloading in our program is that it increases code readability of our program, and also we can increase the reusability of the code by the use of function overloading. So hope you understand about the concept of function overloading in C++ programming. So hope you understand the concept. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.